My friend Daniel bought his dream bike in October, a 2021 Indian Scout Bobber, blacked out everything. One of those motorcycles that makes people turn their heads in parking lots. He'd wanted one for 4 years, saved for 2, and finally pulled the trigger on a Tuesday afternoon at a dealership outside Columbus, Ohio. He rode it home, rode it the following weekend, rode it one more time the weekend after that. Then life did what life does. Work got complicated, his daughter's soccer schedule consumed every free weekend. November arrived with that particular Midwestern cold that doesn't invite leisure rides. He covered the bike, told himself he'd get back to it soon, and walked back inside. He didn't touch it for 11 weeks. When March came and Daniel pulled the cover off, what greeted him was not the pristine machine he'd parked in November. The fuel had partially oxidized and left a varnish residue throughout the fuel system. The battery was completely dead. Not weak, not slow to crank, dead silent. The brake rotors had developed surface rust that ground audibly against the pads for the first several rides. The chain was dry with stiff links. One of the rubber fork seals had started weeping from sitting compressed in the cold. The repair bill to bring that 11-week-old Indian back to proper running condition was $640 on a bike he'd owned for less than 3 months. Everything that happened to Daniel's Scout was completely, entirely preventable. Not with expensive products, not with professional storage services. Today, we're going to fix that. Before we get into the 6 steps, I want to explain something about storage damage that changes how you think about all of this. Most riders assume a parked bike is a safe bike. It's not moving, nothing's wearing out. How bad can sitting be? More complicated than you'd expect. A motorcycle parked for 30-plus days is exposed to a specific set of degradation processes that don't occur during regular use. Fuel oxidizes, moisture condenses inside the engine and fuel system, battery chemistry degrades without the regular recharging that riding provides. Rubber components lose plasticizers over time, especially in temperature extremes. Chain lubrication dries and hardens. Brake rotors begin oxidizing immediately. None of these are dramatic on their own, but they work continuously and simultaneously across every day the bike sits untouched.
Number 1. Fuel stabilizer in a full tank. This is the single most important step on this list, and it's the one Daniel skipped. Modern American gasoline, particularly the ethanol-blended fuel at the majority of U.S. pumps, has a storage life of approximately 3 to 4 weeks before oxidation begins degrading its combustion properties. The ethanol component is hygroscopic, meaning it actively attracts and absorbs moisture from the surrounding air. In a partially filled tank, that moisture absorption is accelerated by the airspace above the fuel. Oxidized fuel forms varnish and gum deposits that coat injector tips, fuel lines, and the inside of your tank with a sticky brownish residue. This is exactly what happened inside Daniel's Indian, deposits that required professional flushing to fully remove. 2 steps prevent this entirely. First, add a quality fuel stabilizer, Stabile, Startron, or PRIG, available at every AutoZone and Walmart in America, at the manufacturer's recommended ratio before your last ride. Run the bike for 10 minutes afterward. This circulates the stabilizer through the entire fuel system, not just the tank. Second, fill the tank completely full before parking. A full tank eliminates the airspace where moisture accumulates. No airspace means no moisture introduction, means no varnish. Fuel stabilizer costs $8 to $10 for a bottle that treats multiple tankfuls. The professional fuel system flush it prevents costs $80 to $200 at a shop. Number 2. Fresh oil before storage, not after. Most riders know to change their oil in spring, before riding season. What most don't know is that changing it before storage is dramatically better for your engine. Used engine oil is chemically contaminated. Combustion byproducts, microscopic metal particles, and acidic compounds that form as oil degrades at operating temperature.
When your bike sits for weeks or months, those acidic contaminants settle onto bearing surfaces, cylinder walls, and internal passages. They sit there, in contact with metal, for the entire storage period. Fresh oil going into storage means clean fluid with active corrosion inhibitors coating every internal surface throughout the winter. This is a one-time oil change you are going to do anyway. You're just doing it before storage instead of after. Same cost, dramatically better outcome for your engine internals. Number 3. Battery tender. Every single day it sits. A motorcycle battery left unattended in storage will self-discharge through normal internal chemistry and the small parasitic loads of your bike's electronics. As it discharges, sulfation builds on the lead plates. In winter cold, which reduces available battery capacity by 30 to 40%, this process accelerates significantly. A battery tender, a smart float charger that monitors and maintains voltage without overcharging, plugged in through the storage period costs nothing except the $29 you spend on it once. C-Tech, Battery Tender, and Deltran all make units that connect to a permanently mounted harness routed out from under your seat, making connection a 10-second operation every time you cover or uncover the bike. Daniel's dead battery was a $94 replacement. The tender that would have kept it alive was $29. He now has both. The tender is why the battery he bought in March is still in the bike today. Number 4. Proper tire preparation. 2 things happen to motorcycle tires during extended storage that riders almost universally fail to prevent. First, flat spots. A tire supporting the bike's weight in the same position for 30 or more days develops a slight deformation at the contact point. On most tires, this works itself out within the first few miles. On older tires or tires at lower pressure, it can cause a persistent vibration that makes riders think something is mechanically wrong. Inflate both tires to the upper end of their recommended pressure range before storage. The additional stiffness resists deformation under the bike's static weight. If you have a center stand, use it. Removing the tires from contact with the ground entirely eliminates flat spotting. A paddock stand under the swing arm achieves the same result for about $40 if you don't. Second, concrete floors wick moisture into tire rubber over time. Place a piece of plywood, carpet, or rubber mat under each tire. This simple barrier prevents moisture transfer that accelerates rubber degradation and cracking. Number 5. Protect every metal surface. Brake rotors begin surface rusting within 48 to 72 hours of the bike sitting in any humid environment. The first time you ride after storage and squeeze the front brake, you'll hear and feel it grinding off under the pads. On most bikes, it clears within the first mile, but heavy accumulation, 11 weeks worth in Daniel's case, accelerates pad wear and can cause uneven rotor wear that eventually requires rotor replacement. Spray a thin coat of WD-40 on your rotor friction surfaces before storage. It displaces moisture and creates a thin protective barrier, then burns off completely the first time you apply the brakes, with no impact on braking performance. ACF 50 is a $15 to $20 aerosol. A corroded exhaust header or pitted chrome part is a $200 to $400 replacement. This is not a close financial comparison. Number 6. The right cover in the right conditions. An indoor cover serves 2 purposes more important than most riders realize. It keeps dust off surfaces you've just protected, and critically, it prevents condensation that forms on cold metal when garage temperatures rise during the day and drop at night. That condensation is moisture, and moisture is the common thread running through every corrosion process on this list. Use an indoor-specific breathable cover that allows moisture vapor to escape rather than trapping it against the bike. Waterproof outdoor covers used indoors create a moisture trap. The plastic-backed tarp your neighbor swears by is quietly corroding his chrome and oxidizing his paint from the inside out every winter. For outdoor storage, 30-plus days in American weather conditions any season, a quality outdoor cover with UV protection and a soft inner lining buys meaningful protection. But a garage, storage unit, or any covered structure is worth the extra effort to find for extended periods. 90 minutes, $35 in supplies, 6 steps. That's the difference between Daniel's $640 spring repair bill and a bike that starts on the first press of the button, brakes cleanly, runs smoothly, and looks exactly the way you left it, no matter how long it's been sitting. Your bike is a significant investment. It doesn't stop being worth protecting just because you're not riding it, especially then. If this just saved you from your own version of Daniel's spring morning, hit that like button and subscribe. Next week, we're doing the complete spring startup checklist. Everything you need to check the morning you uncover your bike for the first ride of the season. See you then.